Just like Bob, you can hurt relationships with people you care about by ignoring the boundaries that they put into place.
As of this afternoon, I'm taking my family on vacation until Labor Day.
A person shows up to my house, I would probably not be as patient or kind.
Your coming here is unbelievably inappropriate.
When I was younger, this was just great comedy.
Absolutely.
Hello, I'm Bob. Would you knock me out, please?
I watch it now, it plays more like a horror film.
Correct.
It is.
That's the whole point! He's never gone!
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
Dr. Marvin has healthy boundaries.
Dr. Marvin is absolutely correct. Still a jerk, but
Yes,
correct.
But absolutely correct.
Gimme! I need, gimme,
Okay, all right.
Bill Murray,
Yeah.
what planet are you from, and thank you for coming here. Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I am Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker who needs therapy and...
Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies, and what are we doing?
Well, you're a therapist.
Yes.
You react to things.
On this show, I do.
Today I'm going to have you react to a movie therapist,
Ooh, which one?
Dr. Leo Marvin.
Oh, yes!
Oh, I really appreciate this.
Dr. Leo Marvin!
Oh my God.
When I was younger, this was a great comedy.
Absolutely.
I watch it now, it plays more like a horror film.
Correct.
And I used to think Dr. Marvin was such a jerk and Bob was such a lovable guy, and now I watch it and I'm like, Dr. Marvin has healthy boundaries.
Dr. Marvin is absolutely correct. Still a jerk, but
Yes,
correct.
But absolutely correct.
Have a seat.
There's no warmth, there's no compassion, there's no happy to see him.
No. No, he obviously approaches this in a very different way from you. I mean, even the body language, he's sitting back, he's looking bored.
Why don't I start? Huh?
The fake
Simplest
warmth
way to
of that
put it.
little smile.
I have problems. I worry about diseases, so I have trouble touching things. In public places, it's almost impossible. I have a real big problem moving.
Talk about moving.
That's something I would do. That type of...
As long as I'm in my apartment, I'm okay. But when I want to go out, I get weird.
Talk about weird.
Talk about weird. Well,
This is me in therapy, by the way, struggling to figure out what I'm feeling and saying.
Nausea. Cold sweats. Hot sweats. Fever blisters. Difficulty breathing. Difficulty swallowing. Blurred vision. Involuntary trembling. Dead hands. Numb lips. Fingernail sensitivity. Pelvic discomfort.
Pelvic discomfort.
So the real question is, what is the crisis, Bob? What is it that you are truly afraid of?
So, I would be much more warm and personable.
Sure.
I know different therapists have different styles, and there are definitely psychiatrists, psychologists, other therapists who are much more reflective and less engaged, and let the client take the lead, and I do as well. But I would never just sit there and stare until the client starts talking.
Yeah, that's weird.
I always have like the questions that I start with to get the ball rolling. One thing that Marvin does that I would definitely do is if a client says something that doesn't give me enough information, just give them that little nudge.
Talk about weird.
Talk about weird.
And in fact, whenever I do that, it creeps me out.
Do you
I'm
always
like,
go, oh no,
I'm Dr. Marvin.
I'm Marvining.
I'm Marvining.
Canine, do you suppose all Earth creatures behave like that away?
Baby steps into the ad read.
Yes, that's right, Alan.
Baby steps to... This episode is supported by BetterHelp.
Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video.
Is this some sort of radical new therapy?
If you mean radical as in awesome, then yes.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. And you can start communicating within 48 hours. You don't even have to take the bus to Lake Winnipesaukee.
Now, it's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it is professional therapy done securely online.
BetterHelp has a network of 20,000 plus with a broad range of expertise and is available for clients worldwide.
You can send messages to your therapist and also schedule weekly phone or video sessions, but please don't follow them on vacation.
But what if I'm looking for a bathroom and I can't find one and my bladder explodes?
With BetterHelp, you don't have to sit in a waiting room waiting for that very catastrophe.
Right! Let BetterHelp give you a vacation from your problems with their commitment to making sure you have a good therapeutic match. So they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed.
Free. And by free, I mean it's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available.
Visit betterhelp.com/cinematherapy. That's better, H-E-L-P, and join the over 2 million people taking baby steps toward their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
Click the link below and get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/cinematherapy.
Dr. Leo Cinematherapy!
Dr. Cinematherapy!
BetterHelp.
So I tried something, it didn't work.
That's what my parents said about raising me.
Wow!
Got real dark real fast.
Whoa! Whoa!
There are clinicians who, you've heard me say, it's the relationship that heals.
Sure.
That is not Dr. Marvin's philosophy. His philosophy is my wisdom, my intellect, my education is what heals.
Sure.
And so I just need to get the right information and then I'll tell you what to do. And I don't believe in telling people what to do. I believe in guiding them to explore different options and what the pros and cons of those options might be and giving them new tools. But I never want to be in a situation where I tell someone what to do, because then I'm taking the reins of their life and they become dependent on me. Dr. Marvin probably is cool with people seeing him for the rest of their lives because that gets him rich.
Yeah.
I would much rather get people in, get what they need, get them out, and get them telling their friends and family.
So the real question is, what is the crisis, Bob? What is it that you are truly afraid of?
What if my heart stops beating? What if I'm looking for a bathroom, I can't find it, and my bladder explodes?
He's so ashamed as he...
You ever heard of Tourette's syndrome? Involuntarily shouting profanity?
That's not what Tourette's syndrome
Exceptionally
is.
rare.
Son of a bastard! Douchebag! Twat! Numbnuts! Dickhead!
Why exactly are you doing this?
If I fake it, then I don't have it. You know, it's the same with the cardiac arrest. Oh!
Are you married?
I'm divorced.
I'm divorced.
Would you like to talk about that?
Okay, I will say this for Dr. Marvin. First of all, when I was younger, I was all about Bill Murray, and he's great in this.
Oh, he's genius.
But now that I'm older and I appreciate like the subtleties of acting, Richard Dreyfuss is a masterwork in this.
Look, Bill Murray is funny and would be funny against anybody, but it is amplified so much because it's this absolutely insane energy bouncing off of this implacable brick wall.
Yeah.
Who also has incredible comedic timing with just the, you know, like, it's so good.
I will say this for Dr. Marvin, even though he doesn't give a rat's ass about Bob, he's not like going off in his mind somewhere because like
He's obviously paying attention.
He's paying very close attention.
Yeah.
He takes his job very seriously. One of my professors in graduate school was telling me it's great if you care about your clients, but you don't have to care about them to help them. And I thought that was a terrible thing to say. And her point was, you will meet people that you find deeply unlikable.
Sure.
And it's still your job to be present and to help them.
Right.
Right. My life philosophy is I try and find the good in I try and find the good in everybody. And I almost always find it. Mm-hmm. Dr. Marvin immediately doesn't like Bob.
Yeah.
Can't stand Bob, but he's like, he's here for my help. I'm getting paid. I'm going to be fully involved. And so when he repeats back to Bob in a condensed form everything that Bob has told him.
So what you're saying is that even though you are an almost paralyzed multiphobic personality and is in a constant state of panic, your wife did not leave you. You left her because she liked Neil Diamond.
You could tell, for what it's worth, he's a jerk. in some
But
ways
he
he's
knows
very
his stuff.
Yeah, in some ways he's very good at his job.
Yeah.
In terms of listening and giving correct information and correct guidance and advice, he's quite good. In
Yes.
terms of caring for people,
Not really.
I can help you. Yes.
Thank you.
Bob, there is a groundbreaking new book that has just come out. Now, not everything in this book, of course, applies to you, but I'm sure that you can see, when you see the title, exactly how it could help.
Baby steps?
It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time. One tiny step at a time.
Baby steps.
For instance, when you leave this office, don't think about everything you have to do in order to get out of the building. Just think of what you must do to get out of this room. And when you get to the hall, deal with that hall, and so forth. You see?
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Oh, boy.
again,
Baby steps.
Dr. Marvin knows his stuff. That's actually really good advice,
Sure, absolutely.
Baby steps.
especially for someone who suffers from crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
Out the door. It works. It works.
And he's got this practiced smile like,
Just take
I'm supposed to care about
one little
people.
step at a time.
And he doesn't probably think this. Marvin probably thinks that he does care about people. Oh.
Around the office. Baby step around the
But he's got
office.
this practiced smile, like this forced little.
Yeah.
While I'm on vacation.
Vacation.
Oh, certainly, my secretary told you. As of this afternoon, I'm taking my family on vacation until Labor Day.
Is this corn hand popped? Go to lisa'spopcorn.com/cinematherapy. Check the description for this month's deal on the subscription box and whatever else. That's good popcorn.
So here we see the beginning of Bob trespassing Leo's boundaries.
Absolutely.
Leo's established a clear boundary. I'm going on vacation. My associate, Dr. Harmon, can look after you. And Bob is saying, nah.
Which, you know, to your earlier point, he maybe didn't set up a plan as well as he could have.
Yeah.
But having boundaries and taking your family on vacation is certainly
Oh, yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
This is
Yes?
healthy.
Dr. Marvin, this is Betty at your exchange. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I have a Bob Wiley on the line who says you'll want to talk to him.
Betty, you know better than that. Dr. Harmon is covering for me.
I told him that, doctor, but he said he lost your number and that it was urgent.
All right, put him through.
Go ahead, Bob.
This is Dr. Marvin. What's the problem, Bob?
Dr. Marvin's not terrible.
Yeah, he cares.
Yeah.
What?
How's your brood? Y'all getting a chance to relax?
Bob, I thought I made it clear to you that I'm on vacation.
Well, I know, but I'm just worse than usual this time. Really bad.
Bob, if this is really an emergency, go to the emergency room. And if it isn't, call
Accurate.
Dr. Harmon. I'm sure he can help you.
Accurate.
Well, I just feel
That's good.
so much better if I knew where you were. It's Martha's Vineyard, right?
Bob,
Can't we just talk
yes, we can. In my office, after Labor Day.
After Labor Day.
after you're back from Fire Island, huh?
Goodbye, Bob.
What, you want to keep Maine all to yourself?
Goodbye, Bob.
I think it's a rule that therapists have to wear polos, I'm realizing,
Is
and
this
that
a
this
fake
has been
hang-up?
that way for generations.
Correct.
It's a fake hang-up.
Is this a fake hang up?
I'll get the phone.
So Marvin, he's like, okay, fine, put him through. Like, he does care.
Oh, as soon as it's like possibly an emergency, he actually cares. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I need to help this guy.
Hello?
Doctor, it's Betty again. I have an urgent call from your sister.
My sister. Put her through.
Go ahead.
It's not you. It's me.
Lily, what's wrong?
Dr. Marvin, please don't be angry. This is Bob. I know that I shouldn't be calling
Bob,
you here
the
like
doctor-patient relationship is based on trust. When you call me and pretend to be my sister, I can't trust you anymore. Go to the emergency room, but please do not call me here again.
I mean, that's right, right?
That is, yeah.
That was not smart. That was not smart.
Okay, so I will say I have a different read maybe on my Dr. Marvin's fake smile, what I thought was a fake smile at the end of the session. I could have been right. It could also be that he was annoyed that this session was sprung on him in the last second. This guy just shook his hand with a gross handkerchief. And then throughout the session, he kind of puts that to the side and actually engages. Because Dr. Marvin is a narcissist. That doesn't mean he's incapable of caring. And we see he goes out of his way here a couple times, yes, to draw healthy boundaries, but to not be a dick about it.
Right.
And there would be times where people had I trusted people with my private number to schedule appointments or this or that with my cell, and there would be times where people would have an emergency they wanted to talk for a few minutes, and where I would actually take the call. Where I was clear, at the beginning, I'm like, I can give you 10 minutes. And it wasn't because I don't care. It was because if
You're drawing boundaries for yourself because you have to take care of yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can give you 10 minutes and help you establish a plan for whatever's going on with you right now, and then you're going to follow through on the plan.
Sure.
Other times it was they need to go to the ER. Or they need to, and I put their family on the phone. I have them take them to the ER, or to call the on-call person. And so I don't begrudge Dr. Marvin here. And Dr. Marvin gets a lot of flack. If you look at the subtleties, they take pains to not make him a terrible person.
Right.
Which is what makes it even funnier.
It's what makes it land so much harder when it all goes tits up.
Honey, is someone calling you?
Doctor!
Right over there.
Dr. Leo Marvin!
Oh my God.
Leo!
Leo, do you know that man?
Get in the car. Come on, hurry. Hurry.
Dr. Marvin! Oh, I really appreciate this.
I really appreciate this.
Dr. Marvin. Is this a bad time?
I would just like to point out I have seen Jonathan wearing that exact same outfit.
No. I should for Halloween, though. That'd be
You
epic.
absolutely should.
This would be a nightmare for any therapist.
Who's that?
I love my clients, but I would be so upset.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were dead.
Oh, no, I told you. Well, I fibbed a little bit, but don't be mad.
Bob, your behavior is completely inappropriate.
True.
You're angry.
No, I don't get angry.
Well, you're upset.
I don't get upset.
Not true.
Well, then let's have a little talk.
So something I want to point out about Dr. Marvin is he is obsessed with image.
Yes.
With how people perceive him, how he helps people. There's some caring in there, but there's a lot of
Intellectual superiority.
yeah, benign superiority. At least the intention is benign.
Right.
Whether or not the actual result is benign is up for debate. But where people turn to him, it is not equal. He is the guru at the top of the mountain.
I will bestow upon you my wisdom.
Well, and you think about his 50th floor office, he is
Yeah.
the guru at the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
right?
literally.
And Bob, because he's scared of the elevator, he takes the stairs, so he's literally climbing
has
the
to.
mountain to get to the guru at the top.
Yep.
And so Dr. Marvin, when he says things like, I don't get upset, I don't get angry, bullshit.
Yes.
I'm a therapist, I'm also a person, and I get upset and I get angry. The only reason he would say that is because he's obsessed with image. It's not healthy modeling for a therapist to say that to a client. Far better to say, yeah, I get angry, and here's what I do when that happens, and here's how I handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to point out that little detail.
Well, you're upset.
I don't get upset.
Well, then let's have a little talk.
Bob, I do not see patients on vacation, ever. How many ways can I make that clear? Now, what I'd like you to do is to get on this bus and go back to New York.
I can't. I'm totally paralyzed. I'm all locked up.
You got yourself here.
Barely.
Well, getting back will be therapeutic.
But can't we just have a little talk?
Bob, you are testing my patience.
Come on, I've come so far.
Bob.
I'm baby stepping.
Bob.
I'm doing the work. I'm baby stepping. I'm not a slacker.
Listen to me.
Check it out. Look at I'm in really bad shape. Come on, please,
Bob.
please.
Bob.
Give me. I need. Give me. Please.
All right. All right, it's 2:00. Go to the bus station, buy yourself a ticket home, and then wait for me in that coffee shop.
You'll meet me.
I'll call you. in 2 hours.
Gimme, I need.
It reminds me.
Oh man, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
What planet are you from? And thank you for coming here.
He didn't have to go that big, but
No.
he did that for us.
He did that for us. I guarantee he did that, and everybody looked at Yoda, who directed this. Frank Oz, who plays Yoda, is the director of this film. You're welcome. Like, everyone on the crew looked at Frank Oz, and he was just like, bigger.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. Oh man.
I'm sorry about barging in here like this.
That's all right. I understand.
So Bob ignores the boundary and goes to the house.
Goes to the house.
Bob, I'd like you to take a long look around you.
And charms Leo's family. We'll
What
get
does
to that in a
everything you
second.
see here have in common? Vacation, Bob.
Vacation.
Now, I can't, Bob, at this time, give you the kind of therapeutic attention you need to solve all your problems, and you know why.
You're on vacation.
Exactly. But what I can do is this.
Duh, don't give me pills. I already have pills.
This is not pills. Read it.
It says, take a vacation from my problem.
I'm giving you permission to take a vacation, Bob. Not a vacation from your work and not a vacation from your daily life, but a vacation
From my problems.
Exactly. Now, I want you to get on that bus and go back to New York. But
Is that good
every
advice?
single time a problem arises, I want you to take that prescription out and follow it to the letter, doctor's orders.
Here's the thing. A lot of times our things we struggle with, we have prisons that we build in our mind that we could literally just walk out of.
Sure.
For the first time
And so on the one hand, it
since
seems
I
like,
feel free.
is this just some
You've given
BS
me a
thing he's
great
giving
deal
him to
of
get
time.
rid of him? I hate to say this,
Yes.
but I've used the vacation
Have
from
you?
your problems
Oh,
thing.
no.
And depending on the person, it can really work because
Yeah.
they just need permission.
Sure.
Like I don't need to suffer. Like it's a mental pivot.
It feels right because you're here, and it feels right because you're leaving.
Have a great vacation.
You too, Bob.
This music right here, too.
Problems.
Yeah, like a happy little descent into insanity.
There you go. Baby steps.
So he's not furious. He doesn't call the police. On the one hand, he's doing like the thing that's most likely to work. But I have to say this. It strikes me as I'm older, because when you're younger, you're like, Bob's nice. Why doesn't Marvin just want to hang out with him? Because I saw this as a 10-year-old kid, and I didn't
Yeah.
understand this world. And I'm just
Exactly.
like, Bob's nice. Why is Marvin being such a jerk? And I watch this now, and I'm like, to get Marvin to the dark place he goes by the end of the film, you have to have him show almost superhuman patience.
I mean, to this point, he's doing everything pretty much right.
Not only is he doing it right, I'll say this for him to his credit, he's going above and beyond.
Okay.
He's going above and beyond. Like a person shows up to my house, like I would probably not be as patient or kind. I'd be like, you got my home address.
Yeah, you would be like
This is my-
weighing in your mind, do I call the police?
Yeah, I'm like, this is my
Right.
family
Yeah.
at this point. And I'm not saying, therapy clients are scary. What I'm saying is someone who would track me down to my home address.
That is scary.
That is a scary behavior.
That's right.
On vacation,
Right.
that is a scary behavior. And
Hundreds
now,
of miles away from New York.
Yes.
Yes.
By the end of this film, Dr. Marvin's going to try and kill Bob.
And I'm not going to let you breeze into town and take my family away from me just because you're crazy enough to be fun.
Correct.
And in order for that to be like black comedy instead of just like, oh, this is awful, you have to have Marvin showing the levels of patience and frankly genuine caring
Sure.
that he's showing Bob here. And yeah, vacation from your problems isn't going to work for everybody, but it's not terrible advice, and for some people it totally works.
Okay, then.
If you're looking for a good therapist and you're not even sure what that is, like what should I be looking for in a therapist, I've got a Mended Light video for you right here.
It's helpful.
Oh gosh.
Good morning, Dr. Marvin. No, these aren't for you. They're for Faye.
This
For yesterday.
bouquet of
Your hospitality
weeds.
killing me. I didn't say thank you. I thought about what you said, take a vacation from my problems, and I did.
But you're back.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not. I'm on vacation. This isn't an appointment. I'm dropping by. This is my first time over the lake. This is my first time anywhere. I'm a little anxious because I haven't figured out how to get food yet, but I'm staying at the Gutmans. When I told them what you said, they insisted. No. Stop. I know we can't work, but let's get the friendship thing going. See you later.
Sure seems like he's staying, doesn't it?
Hey, Paperboy, this was on your porch.
Thank you.
I want to talk about seeing this because Bob's like, this is an appointment. I'm stopping by. You know, we can't work, so let's get the friendship
Let's get the friendship thing going.
Which Dr. Marvin has.
I mean, are you friends with any of your clients?
There's different levels of friendship.
It's a friendship graph, starting up here with friends, workmates, down to colleagues, underneath that strangers, which is pretty much everyone I've noticed, and then enemies.
If we're talking about how much I care and how connected we are, then I'm definitely friends with my clients. If we're talking about, hey, let's come over to my barbecue or let's go catch a movie, I don't cross that line until therapy is done.
Right.
And the reason for that is it's called a dual relationship, which ethically we're not supposed to have, or we're supposed to avoid as much as possible. If we're friends and I'm doing crap therapy, my client may not want to give me feedback on why I need to make some changes or why they want to go with somebody else because they don't want to hurt my feelings.
Sure.
And then what ends up happening is they don't get the care that they need, either because I don't make changes or because they don't go see somebody else because they don't want to hurt my feelings or damage the friendship. Or because I don't want to damage the friendship, I can't risk saying what I need to say because then we're not friends anymore, or because it lands differently because we've got this close personal kinship. Because a therapist needs to be able to call people out on their bullshit, which a friend can do as well.
You have called me out on my bullshit as a friend, but Jono is not my therapist. Never has been, never will be, because we were friends before you became a therapist.
Very nice.
So this is, once again, a continual nightmare for Dr. Marvin. And Richard Dreyfuss's face when he sees Bob ringing the bell.
It's such a small reaction, and it does so much. It's just brilliant acting. It's so good.
It works because, as far as the characters, Dr. Marvin, ironically, isn't a great parent.
No.
And he's not a great husband. Like, his narcissism, everything revolves around him to the detriment of his family relationships. And so people want to attach to Bob because he pays attention to them.
Sure.
And he listens to them, which is ironic that Dr. Marvin doesn't.
Yep.
I'm a failure.
What?
Going on national television tomorrow as an expert in human behavior. And in the space of the last hour, both of my children have told me that they hate me.
I feel that.
Come on, you know they don't mean it.
Anna accused me of being insensitive.
Correct.
No. What she actually said was I was insensitive, and I didn't listen, and I wasn't any fun. And then Bob Wiley was.
Oh, man. Ouch. I feel that to my core. There's very much when I lose my temper with my kids, or when I don't have time, when I don't make time for my kids or my wife, or if there's conflict in my marriage, the little ugly voice in my head tells me that I'm a failure.
Sure.
That I don't have any business helping people with their marriage relationships, with their parent-child relationships, that I'm just a fraud and an imposter. And what I have to keep reminding myself is, no, I'm human. And every single therapist I know is also human. And that's the thing, Marvin's in this headspace. I don't get angry. I don't get upset. If I'm going to help people to be self-reflective, I have to be self-reflective. Yeah. If I'm going to help them be accountable, I have to be accountable. If I'm going to help them bounce back from their mistakes, I have to bounce back from my mistakes. And I have come to a place of acceptance of it actually makes me more powerful as a clinician to be imperfect than to beat myself up and to need to be, I'm here, the people I work with are here, and aren't they lucky to be benefiting from my wisdom?
Right.
And so I try and make it to where we're on equal footing, not because we have equal knowledge about the same things, but because I tell people, look, I'm the expert in couples and family relationships. I'm the expert in the research. I'm the expert in the literature. I'm the expert in helping other people. You are the expert in your family. You're the expert in your marriage. You're the expert in your life and what's going on with you. And so we're going to bring those two together.
Right.
And so it's a separate but equal thing. We have different expertise, but I try and not take this position, right? Because then I don't have this existential crisis.
Yeah.
And also when people are like, I yelled at my kids today, I'm like, I feel that.
Okay.
Yep. And here's how I made it right with my kids when I did that.
So if you would like to learn actual therapeutic techniques from an actual therapist, that guy, we have a bunch of that stuff on our membership site. We also have longer director's cut versions of these episodes where you get to see more of our failed jokes and some actual good ones.
Yay!
Hey! So I'm actually not going to have you react to anything after this.
Yeah.
Because you can see in Dr. Leo Marvin's face, when he sits up, this is when he snaps and goes insane. And from here on out, it's just a further descent into madness and farce.
Yeah.
So this is not something that I actually need you to react to, because it's like, hey, react to farce.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't real life.
Because up to this point,
it very much, these are all real, possibly real things, and he's actually reacting most of the time, it seems like.
Yeah.
In a very responsible, respectful way.
Yeah.
And then he tries to murder his client.
Well, he gets there. He tries several things first.
Yes.
If you haven't seen this is brilliant.
It's such a good movie.
Brilliant movie.
It's such a good movie.
The book is not really meant to work that quickly. It only worked that quickly with Boob. Bob.
You can call me Boob.
I don't want to call you Boob.
Even if you do it as an accident, it's okay.
No, I really don't want to call him Boob. The book isn't, meant to work that quickly.
Just like Bob, you can hurt relationships with people you care about by ignoring the boundaries that they put into place.
Correct.
Because the fact is, Bob and Leo could have had a healthy working relationship.
Absolutely.
And Leo, for all his flaws, could have helped Bob. He's good at what he does.
Well, to be fair, he does help Bob
Yeah.
become a psychologist and then sue him later for the rights to the book.
Bob heals because Leo got him on the path to healing. Like, the big hidden joke about this movie is Leo's kind of a jerk, but he's good at his job.
But he's really good at it. Death therapy works. It doesn't, don't try it.
Your death therapy cured me, you cheat! What are you doing here? You cured me, Daco!
But if your therapist or your family member or your friend says, these are my boundaries, respect that. And if meeting those boundaries means that you don't get your needs met from this relationship, spread the love around, right? He could have gone to the ER. He could have gone to the other doctor, but he didn't. The other flip side of that is, I can't believe I'm saying this, but follow Dr. Marvin's example.
Oh boy.
Not in what happens after this, and not in how he treats his family, but in how he very clearly states what his boundaries are, what his expectations are. I love when he says to Bob, it's actually a really great line.
Bob, the doctor-patient relationship is based on trust. When you call me and pretend to be my sister, I can't trust you anymore. Go to the emergency room, but please, do not call me here again.
And saying to a person, when you do this, I can't trust you, and then extending it to, I want to trust you. And so this is what I need you to do is a very healthy thing to do.
Just watch What About Bob and enjoy the absolutely spectacular performances, the great script, the very 90s fashion, early 90s. Just revel in the fact that this was directed by Yoda / Miss Piggy / Gonzo.
Watch What About Bob, you will.
That happened.
So until next time,
I'm sailing! I'm a sailor!
it feels right because you're here, and it feels right because you're leaving.
And watch movies. I am leaving. Bye.
Oh, just get out of here already.
Jeez,
Seriously.
okay.
I'm sailing! I'm sailing!